So Bruce is going to do part two of his great adventure back in the 60s, going from Borneo to Germany. So take it away, Bruce.
Okay. Um, let's see. I'm not. Do you know how to?
I got it.
Okay. Very good. Um, yeah. We're back to doing a little bit of a repeat here. This was the Ganges on the Burning Ghats, and so just kind of moving on along a little bit of to where we were starting. So next, and we ran into this amazing crowd of people trying to get into with their pitchers of water, trying to get in and to get blessed. And I think if I'm not mistaken, it was a phallic symbol that they were all trying to get to. You can see that in the middle there's a shiny urn. Go ahead. Next.
Well, and I just want to prepare people. I'm giving you a trigger warning, and if you are offended by erotic statuary, close your eyes.
Yeah, right. This is at Khajuraho, which is continues on, and at Khajuraho, it was this amazing place, and this is tantric, and so you'll see that these were erotic statues, and the monks there believed that if um, you would be fulfilled if you just let all of uh, your inhibitions be cast away. And so they used to actually the had the the young people would um, give up their daughters so that the monks could use them for pleasure. So anyway, this but what was interesting about this is there is absolutely no water, and it used to be totally surrounded by water, and it was just totally barren. Next.
Okay, you can open your eyes.
Okay, we're back to the Taj Mahal now. So this is an amazing place. We were able to see it at both during the daylight and also got a night tour as well. And so, but as I had mentioned before, the next one is that the you'll see is next. Uh, they have precious stones that were in the marble, and as far as a man could reach, the stones had been plucked out. Next, and then what we were really crossing is this is Bihar, and the drought there was incredible. So you can see us driving on a dusty road with cows and obviously uh, we're setting up a cloud of dust. Next.
So for those of you that missed part one, Bruce got purchased this VW before it took the shape of a bug, and he had it delivered to Singapore.
Actually, it's the other way around, John. This was in the fastback, which was the next the next incarnation of a beetle.
Oh, okay.
Next. And then you'd see it every once in a while. This is called a fakir, which is Fakir, and they're all constantly walking around and with their uh, begging for bowls of rice Uh, that's just their journey. Next. Now we're up into Kashmir. And so this is Dal Lake. And we had actually stayed in a houseboat during Dal Lake. And the um, for a while. And this is an amazing place. It's up in the Hindu Kush or in the Himalayas. Here you can see the Sikhs next.
Okay.
There's a family of Sikhs that are there in this wonderful garden.
Mhm.
Next, you can see the Himalayas in the background. Next. Then one of the things that stops along the way, so we're out of India. We just had gone to
Sorry.
Raiko's trying to make something perfect here.
Yeah, okay, click here and see if you can make that bigger. We're trying to make the picture cover the whole screen,
Well done. It's working.
but no, it's not covering the whole screen. Can you go up here and click on that? Oh, it just keeps.
Yeah.
My screen is completely filled.
Oh, it is.
Good.
Okay, good. Mine isn't.
Sorry. What are we looking at here, Bruce?
Okay, this one actually, so we've gone from Kashmir back down, and we've crossed the border into Pakistan, and there's one border crossing that we could get across, and then we went up along this is the Indus River, and this was a family from Montana that we happened to come across. Being an engineer. This was a building. He was building a dam. This is called Magla Dam. And so next picture. Next. Here's kind of you see the dam and the huge the rock walls or the dam was being built. Next. Here's the spillway from down below. Next. And this was the family. These are, as you can see, the woman with the painkillers, and that they were just really nice to us, and so they gave us a place to stay for a couple nights, and so they took and showed us around, and so he was just a superintendent, and next. So we're now into basically moving into Afghanistan, and soon to see this. So this is the Silk Road, and you can see there's a series of things that are there. The next, so there's Afghanistan that we're coming up on right now. Next, there was the actual. There's Afghanistan, and what we were trying to do originally was to go up to the north and around. That was where I'm trying to remember um, uh, the name of the name of the fellow who was up on Mozart Sharif is the up to the north, but we ended up going on the road kind of around to the south, and that had to do with the in we went on Chinese headways or roadways through American agricultural areas, and then it would switch over to being a Chinese agricultural area and American roads. So next.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. He was actually an Uzbek warlord up here when we invaded in 2001. I remember that. And the CIA was up
Yeah,
here.
they were probably very much involved.
Yeah.
Next. Now here's the Khyber Pass. It's now it's to the we're not seeing the whole entryway here in the picture. Needs to be slid over if you can, but maybe not, and not to worry about it.
Well, huh. Let me
What a strange gerrymandered outcropping.
Yeah, so this one we actually had gone through, and this was where Gary Power flew his plane from, just out of Pakistan, and so we ended up spending I think the 4th of July, as I'm not mistaken, when we were just in Pakistan at yeah, that's funny. That's not.
yeah, I'm going to stop completely and reload. I don't know what's going on here.
You need help?
Yeah, I uh, for some reason it's off kilter. Um, so
Um, let me see. View.
I have to get to.
You want to erase this?
No, I need to get back to.
Well, erase this. That'll just click off on that right here on the X. That'll bring everything over. Okay. Well, now you got to make it bigger, the whole thing. Let's see.
Here. Yeah. Full screen.
Okay. Is that okay now?
No, it's this thing that's out of kilter.
Oh, share it and see what you can do. Yeah, see, that's what I was trying to do, is see if I can make it big screen, but that thing keeps coming up. Say something. Let's see. I guess you're gonna have to live with it. Go to another slide and see if the other slide will be just like that.
I'm going to stop share and
Use whole screen.
let me get here. So if we can get this.
Okay, here. Or can you do that? Here. Report. No. Slideshow. No. Can I just do this one thing? Okay, is there a whole screen? I can't see. Is there a whole screen here? Zoom, print, open, more. Nope. Join. Tab. No. You're gonna reload it?
I was trying to. This is awful.
Well, go to the next
Thank you.
slide and see if it would is still the small. Okay, wait, go here. Okay,
Here may be a slideshow.
okay, click on. Well, it's a little bit better. See if you can get rid of that one. Is there? Well, that's better. Does that look bigger on everybody's screen?
Well, I don't think they see this.
We see you.
Yeah, right.
Well, I think we can do better than that.
That's pretty good. Now we got Aiko in the picture, John. So
Yeah. I've been there, not to Afghanistan, but Khajuraho and Taj Mahal with my sister.
aha.
Well, I know, and you guys have been on a bus tour around the kind of the world too, haven't you? You and
Well,
John?
we flew a lot of places just because the world's pretty big, and trying to even
Yeah,
do
no,
it
it sure is.
and trying to do it even in 1 year is tough.
Yeah, we got around the world uh, ticket, and so
View whole screen.
I'm going to do share,
Okay.
and I think this is.
Yeah.
We hope this is better.
Nope.
Well, let's just keep going.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Bruce.
Yeah, no, that's good. We're now in Afghanistan. Yeah, those are reasonable pictures. Yeah. Okay.
But now it's just going on its own. Oh, geez.
That's the Salang Tunnel. It's the
Get
highest.
it on a slideshow, Johnny. It's on slideshow. That's why it's going automatic.
Yeah.
Remember we went to one of the three dots and it gave you slideshow as a choice. Maybe
Yeah, I shouldn't have done that.
at least I'm getting my dinner eaten.
Yeah. Naiko, you've been to the Taj Mahal then, huh?
Yeah, I took my sister in 2010. Johnny, for some reason, refused to go um to the Taj and Khajuraho and Southern so I thought,
Well,
oh,
no, I
gotta
wasn't.
go.
Yeah, no, I wasn't on that trip.
Did you go to Khajuraho?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
It's something else.
yeah. Yeah, what was amazing is to think about that being surrounded by water.
Well, and the water was so dirty.
Oh, well, I mean, it had enough water, or it had some water in it.
Oh, oh, I meant on the Ganges, where
Oh,
they
yeah,
did
no, the
all
Ganges.
the yeah, it was so dirty. Couldn't believe it. And here they were bathing and doing all their
Yep.
rituals and stuff, and I thought, I'm not gonna get in that.
I was trying to put in a slide of showing the there's a current there's new ghats that have been a little bit further upstream, and with the Namaste prayer hands,
Hmm.
and I think there's about 3 or 4 statues of them, and they're all these huge. They're probably 30, 40 feet tall, and but just to see them now versus what it was then.
Yeah. Did you see any cremations while you were there? All right, on the Ganges, they had a lot of cremations that
Oh yeah, no, that for sure. Still, it's the burning ghats. Yeah.
Mhm. What are you looking for, Johnny?
I think I'm getting close.
Okay. So, what city were you assigned to in that part of the world for your uh
In Sarawak.
in Indonesia?
Um, Actually, in Indonesia, we went back with my kids, um, and I was in primarily in Jakarta, but I was out to um, there Krakatau,
Oh
which
yeah.
is a little bit. Uh, you can see Krakatau from where we were, and it was Siemens was the contractor, but
It
we were.
was a Buddhist place,
Okay,
right?
take it away. Our speaker today, Bruce Moon, he's going to talk about, sorry.
Okay. Homer, we were just down at a week or so ago at Stanford, and with my daughter and granddaughter and grandkids and everybody. At the she was she's at Crothers, and the and I don't know. Do you you obviously were you on the second floor at Soto?
Yes, you got
Yeah, yeah, I thought you were. So I kind of looked in, and I can remember I or um, Mike Foster was across the street, and I think I was a roommate with Bob Smellick. Yeah, I don't know if you remember those names, but it was interesting to see Wilbur Hall and what's
Does it look the same?
well, if you know what to look for, yeah. So, but
I,
it's
I still see Rick Seifert regularly. He was
oh
a
yeah,
Soto resident.
yeah. And where is Rick these days?
He's in well, he's in Oregon. I'm
Yeah.
not exactly sure where. It's a monthly meeting of people from our class at Stanford. John Frohnmeyer, Peter Reed, Rick Seifert, Ken Jameson, Ed Clark. Those names may not, maybe they weren't in your circles, but and Rick won, he won a Pulitzer Prize for his coverage of the Mount St. Helens explosion when he was working for a small newspaper in Central Oregon.
Oh wow.
He was a career in journalism.
Wow. Okay. Well, I certainly haven't heard his name for a lot of years. I
Yeah.
still see Bill Minkst and every once in a while I'll hear from him and Bernie Butcher and I guess these were all people in my uh, they were FICAPs that back in the day what used to be and it's now the Dog Hammer Schoolhouse.
Well, Stanford, what's the name of that book that guy just published about Stanford?
Oh, you mean the no fun university? Oh
Well,
no, there's a new one out that's just
there's a
now.
new one about how it's been corrupted,
Yeah,
by the amount of money that flows in.
yeah,
Students in engineering and computer sciences are being courted by people who want the ideas that are going to be worth billions of dollars in
yep.
within 10 years. And
I
very
think
hard to resist these blandishments.
isn't he the author? I think he is just graduating this year, isn't he?
He might be, yeah. He
Yeah.
had, yeah, he's finishing. It was really his work that led to Tessier Lavigne's retirement or resignation as president of Stanford, because this student working for the Stanford Daily showed false data in papers on which he was an author. He didn't commit the fraud, but didn't act properly when it was revealed to him. So it was a freshman student who brought down the president of the university.
Yeah.
And now has written a book quite critical of the influence of tech money on the university and the student experience there. Very different from when we were there.
It's funny how that works. Yeah.
Well, I can't get it to work. I think the link that you sent me, Bruce, with the slides, I think it got corrupted somehow.
Oh, that's
And
too bad. Yeah.
so, um,
Do you want me to send it again? Would that help, do you think? Or
yeah, why don't you do that out of desperation?
yeah, if I could remember how to do that.
Oh, 80-year-olds doing
Yeah, no
something,
fooling.
what could go wrong?
Okay, let me think
Well,
about
go to send in the email, and then look for the one that you sent him with the link, and then resend it.
No,
Yeah,
he sent me a file, and I pulled it up, and I to keep it up, and it's disappeared. So something went wrong.
let's see. Yeah,
If
let's see.
he sent you a file by email, you can just look for that
Yeah,
email and
That
resend it.
that's what I'm doing, and I can't find it.
Yeah,
well,
but
let's
he
see.
could
I think I've got
resend
it.
it to you.
Let's see.
Yeah, send it again. I can't find it.
Let's see. Here's intriguing photos from the 60s. Okay, now let's see if I can go back to
Because his email wouldn't be corrupted on his computer. It's just
right.
corrupted on your computer. So he could just resend that email.
Yeah,
When are you available? Okay, there it is. Um, okay. Um,
Be right back.
do you see that yet, John?
yes, got it. Got it.
You got paid in the Peace Corps, didn't you? But a pittance.
Yeah. No, I think we for every month that uh, I think we had $1,750 when we got home, something like that.
Very much.
Yeah. So
It's but they gave you a ticket home, though, right?
yeah.
Okay.
Well, they did bring us home, so that um, in principle, and I guess that yeah, it was, and while we were there, I think we got it was $100 a month or something like that for the in Malay ringgit.
Oh, to live on?
Yeah.
Uh,
So that'd be it was 3 to 1. So 1 ringgit was 30 cents.
Well, I hope you're
All right,
seeing. I hope you're seeing it
it's
now.
in the middle.
all right, let's see here.
That was the first picture, right, Johnny? You're going to probably have to advance it.
Yeah, no, for sure. I just want to make sure people are seeing the map.
Yeah, wait a
Okay.
second here then now. Okay. All right. Hang on for a second.
You're not seeing it, Bruce?
No, well, it's because I'm, I've,
He got out of it so he could. Uh,
yeah.
Oh,
So,
send the email.
but the rest of you are seeing it.
I'm seeing it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I'm seeing it.
Oh, and it's centered too. You don't have that white bar on the
Right.
hand side. That's better. That's very nice. The Khyber Pass is right in the middle.
So I'll just flash these forward. We're in Afghanistan while we're waiting for Bruce. Welcome back, Bruce.
okay. All right.
The picture's clearer somehow. For
Yeah.
me, it is.
Yeah, I think yeah, it's more direct.
Oh.
Yeah, go ahead and let's
Whose Jeep is that?
go back. That's a Russian Jeep
Whoa!
Oh,
in,
really?
in Afghanistan. Yeah.
Wow, where is that?
We're going into Afghanistan now from the we've crossed where we're out of Pakistan and you actually go back a little bit, John, and you should see the Khyber Pass.
Yeah,
Oh, the other way.
we looked at it.
There you go. Yeah. So that's the full picture of the Khyber Pass, the entryway.
Yeah,
And so that we're headed out from Pakistan and we're now going into um, Afghanistan. And so that's theoretically the Khyber Pass. And the British had a real problem with trying to get in. They were going to conquer the the southern uh, stands, and they just could not ever get uh, into the Khyber Pass because the Afghans were too creative. Next.
yeah, they just pick them off as they came up through the pass.
Yeah. So this is we're looking at some of the fortresses that, in a sense, they lived in a sense these different uh, uh, fortresses kind of things. And so in this particular case, the Afghans are obviously herding cows. Next. And this is the Russian Jeep kind of on a road, and you'll see that's behind you. You can see the mountainous territory of the Hindu Kush. And so that's just a village that's by a lake. Next. We're now in Kabul, and Kabul, it was just this little park was kind of fun. Well, I mean, it was glorious, cool. And next. So, and here's Afghans. Obviously, there's no women around.
Did you ever see that Atlantic Monthly article where they were talking about the stands and this was when the stands really suffered after their separation, I guess, from Russia, and they called them the trash stands.
Trash, trash
It was
canistan?
not, yeah, trash canistans. That it was not very flattering.
Yeah, no, no. I mean, the Afghanistan has just kind of been nobody's been able to figure out what to do with it. And of
Yeah.
course, now it's even worse with the imams. Next.
Yeah, it's interesting. Kabul was founded by Babur, and Babur was a very key figure because his father was descended from Tamerlane,
Yep.
Turkic, and his mother was Mongolian. So both of these dynasties were combined in one guy. And Babur founded Kabul, and that was his base. And he went south, and his descendants became the Mughals, the ones that eventually built
Taj
the
Mahal.
the Taj Mahal. So Kabul.
You can see here we're in a park that was uh, my wife, late wife, and that was a friend that we were traveling with
At the table.
at the table. Yes.
Yeah.
And here's in Kabul the a street scene with bicycle trickshaws. Next.
Is this guy an amputee, or am I just seeing it wrong?
No.
Oh yeah, no, you're just seeing it wrong. Yeah. And then you can see the mountains in the back. We're actually headed up the uh, towards the Salong Tunnel, and the those are probably one of the things that they had a lot of there were fat-tailed sheep, and I don't know if you remember if you've ever seen them, but they have this very funny looking fat tail that's uh, it's not like a normal sheep tail. Next. We're actually this is this was a Russian road coming. You can see the in the back is the a part of the tunnel, and this is across the Hindu Kush. It's about 14, I think, about 14,000 feet high, and you can see that's a Russian road coming into and the Russians built the Salong Tunnel. Um, and so we're playing in the snow. Uh,
Were you worried about being robbed by bandits?
no, that was the amazing thing is that uh, just there was never any kind of fear that way. It's
Really?
kind of like one of those things nowadays that you would, you know, but as a traveler, you run into all the good people. You don't run into the bad people.
Huh.
That at least that was our experience anyway.
And back in the 60s, Afghanistan was still a kingdom. And there wasn't all this fierce ideology. Of course, there had been the previous century as part of the great game between Russia and Britain. And of
Right.
course, the British were so afraid that the Russians were going to come down and cheat them out of the good deal they had in India. But yeah, so the Salong Tunnel wasn't totally out of the goodness of their heart.
No, it was not definitely not this is a Russian road, and one of the things that this is um, me and we were actually changing a tire, and the what we ended up with was getting it. That was a donkey shoe that kind of went into the tire, and
He's barefooted, right?
pardon me.
He's barefooted.
Well, that's me, and in
Oh,
my
that's you. You.
I've got thongs on. Yeah,
Oh, you
back,
do.
back in the day when I could wear thongs. And that's my friend that you can see the tire on the road there. But you see that in the skyline is just the mountains were just incredible there. Next. And this is my late wife, and we're overlooking the Bamiyan Valley, or this is the yeah, Bamiyan. And so you can see the fortresses that people lived in, and there was a hotel that was up on this ridge that we stayed at, and across the way you can see one of the Buddhas that were, and that ultimately they've been defaced by the Muslims that came through in I think the three BC or about that three 3 AD. It's in that kind of time frame, but you can see all of the back the those are monk caves that the monks used to live in. And so next.
I thought the Bamiyan Buddha was blown up by the Taliban, though.
Well, it was ultimately it was, but this at this point in time it was just defaced by the Muslims.
Mhm.
Now this one is very interesting. You get a sense of how huge that Buddha is. You can see my car down at on the bottom
Oh,
right there. Yeah. And so you can see, and here's all the monk caves. And what, as you see, the Buddha there has been defaced, but you can see it up on the top. Those were all mosaic structures. We actually were able to get up into there and see the structures, or see the top of that structure, and see the mosaics that are on the tile on the walls. But
so
those,
that halfway ledge where you see people, you got up there?
yeah, actually, no, actually, we're up kind of into the top, looking down. We can see uh, so that there's a way to get up there. I can't remember how we did it, but
Hmm.
next, an amazing place. And this, of course, is that valley, and you can see I think there were more, as I understand it, there was a feature done at one point in time about there were 20 more than 20 peaks that were over 20,000 feet.
Wow.
Uh, versus the Himalayas that at K2 and I think they're what at 28,000 now or something like that. And but so that there was a group of guys that tried to decide, okay, there's more peaks in Afghanistan, and they were trying to set a record for how many peaks they could climb.
Uh-huh.
Next. These are, you can see that there's Kuchi tents right there. Yeah. So they're tents. So we're next, get a sense of course, blue sky. There's camels, and you can see more tents in the distance there.
That's a camel?
No, those are camels. Yeah.
Really?
So,
Skinny.
really. Yeah. Next. And down at so we ran into a group of Kuchis, and you can see here I'm in the front, kind of bending down and I got my thongs on.
Okay.
But you can see my little tape recorder
Oh, yeah.
and just behind my legs, and I am recording them singing. And there's one guy you'll see in a few slides that we're listening to him play. Next. And clap. They were really and here's the guy that was playing it's a two or three stringed instrument. Next. Yeah, there's a bigger picture of it. And next. So we're now headed um, out of Bamiyan, and we're going to head down to Bandi Amir. And Bandi Amir is through this canyon. And you'll see in a few minutes the next. This is a kind of a lake. Obviously, that's not a very good picture of it, but you can see again the terrain, which is really something. Next. We ended up actually having tea down at this little restaurant that's, if you can call it that, and in this lake region. But one of the things that was it was so desolate, and there wasn't really any indication that, um, that things were as the valleys were very green, but the mountains were not. Next. You can see my my friend here throwing a rock into the lake. Next. Next. Now down here, what you're seeing here is there's the lake, and that's a limestone dam that has been created just by the nature of the probably the soil and limestone. Um, so you can see that kind of the water falling over the top. Next. And,
Uh-oh.
Oh dear.
and this is me getting washing my car in the river. But you can see the size of the dam. It's got to be 30 feet tall anyway. And that's all natural limestone. Next.
Wow. You sure were intrepid, Bruce.
So, well, and then we're up in the actually we ran into a situation here where we went down to to a Coochie camp, and all of a sudden, uh, fortunately, my wife was in the car, and she was able to quickly drive us out of harm's way. But everybody was looking for uh, some medical advice. Next. So here we are having tea at that little restaurant. Next.
Did you have to carry jerry cans of gasoline with you? It looks pretty remote and
Yes, we did. And so, yeah, there was, as I mentioned it, I think the last time we had talked about having, um, I carried aviation fuel,
uh-huh.
and because the fuel was so poor, so we would, kind of top it off or blend it. I don't know, I can't remember what our formula was, but um, the octane was so low. But this is actually, we're now coming out of uh, Kabul, and we're now going back to Kabul, and now we're headed down the Russian road, kind of down through to Kandahar, and Kandahar. This is Ghazni, and Muhammad Ghazni was this was a whole area was an irrigation scheme at one point in time. It's hard to imagine it now, but it was, with climate change, things have changed, and so this was there's of course there's no water there now, but this tower was indicative of the kind of uh, possibilities that were available. Next.
We helped a family from Ghazni, and they had a daughter and a son, and the daughter became an internist, and she now lives where, Johnny, in Antioch or someplace, Brentwood, or
No, I think she's in Oakland still.
oh, in Oakland.
Yeah, she went to Highland for her residency. Um, and her father and mother were my patients. And we met her when she was a teenager and kind of
14
followed.
or so.
Uh,
Well, you
And
know,
and,
one of the things that we're doing is, or there's a, it's called Trust in Education.
oh yeah, I've heard of them. I've heard of
Yeah.
you.
And
Uh,
so they've done, they give, in some families, you can set it up so that they'll get $100 a month kind of thing. And uh, uh, to keep them in, and they've set up midwife programs because the women there in Afghanistan right now they're doomed, and so that trying to find work for them, and so they're setting up seamstress situations where they could actually get some money from sewing, and also then they're just having this midwife programs because the women themselves don't have any access to healthcare. So, at any rate, not very
Johnny,
good.
Johnny, correct me, but the family that we knew, they left because his niece got stolen by a warlord, right?
yeah.
Yeah, and they had the girl who became the doctor, she was a beautiful woman, and they were afraid that, she'd get stolen.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what would be happen.
On
So,
on the in contrast, I had another patient who started a school way out in eastern Afghanistan, and her son moved back to Kabul, and you can't make this stuff up. He started a boxing school that also accepted women in Kabul in the good old days before the Taliban took over. Yeah, strange.
wow. Yeah, no. Yeah, I remember yeah, yeah. So, at any rate, here's actually American it's not American. It's Automobile Association of the of UK, and they sent out. We had a trip ticket that took us all the way from Singapore to Munich, and so here was the kind of things that they did, and some of it was, basically you can. It was done with, in this particular case, you can see it's from Herat to Mashhad, and this actually was this goes from Herat, which is in eastern Afghanistan, to Mashhad, which is in Iran, and so, but you can see every 50 miles, 52 miles, you do here, you do cross the road at 11 miles, and here's a stone arch bridge, blah, blah, blah. So we had this trip ticket that was amazing. And on the flip side, of course, they might have something that was really interesting. On the other hand, the I mean, what you should see when you're in this area, but in the same light, some of the times it was done with uh, uh, actually typewritten, and people would just make it up as to how to get from here to there. Next. So there
Yeah.
it is, Madras to Amman.
Huh.
Originally, we were going to go in from Madras, but I could not get a boat from Madras, um, so I ended up with having to go from Calcutta, shipping the boat or shipping the car to Calcutta. Next. We're up now in Turkey, and this is the Black Sea, and there was a huge earthquake. This was probably the one was in Ankara that we drove through at one point, and the so it was yeah, no, it was pretty incredible to see. We had and this was a case where we were in Tabriz. No, this was in let's see, I'm trying to remember the town of it, and the but the we were staying in a hotel, and all of a sudden, all of the bricks started coming down the flue in because of the and people were running out the door to just because of the earthquake. Next. Now we're in Iran, and this is in uh, this actually was a situation where 2 miles up the road there's a gas station. I could see it on the sign, but for some reason I ran out of gas, and not paying attention, and so I'm having to change the fuel pump and a lot of things. We ended up taking my late wife and putting her on a suitcase, uh, you know, several yards away so she could not hear us, and would not have any "I told you so" kind of things. At any rate,
Are
next.
you handy with a car so that you could, I mean, being stuck there would be horrible.
Well, you brought some parts, and fortunately, I brought a fuel pump, and so yeah, one of the things that when we were in Kabul, I was able to take it into a car or a car shop, and it was a German operator, and that had it there. That was the cleanest shop I'd ever seen before. Here it would you'd normally think it was a garage. No, it was just immaculate. So it was very good. Any rate, next. We're down in Isfahan, and you can see that the here's women that are in their robes or veils, I guess. So they weren't exactly burqa at that point in time. In Afghanistan, we saw people who were in burqa oftentimes, but not in Iran, it was just veils. Next. Has some amazing. Well, you guys have been to Esfahan, I believe, haven't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah, and you probably saw this magnificent mosque. Yeah, it was glorious. Next. Next. This is the two of us, and we're on a Zoroastrian fire temple that's right outside of Esfahan. And so we were able to go up and there's so many religions of the world, and they all borrow from one another. So it was great. Next.
There's a claim by some Iranians that Zoroastrianism preceded Judaism as the first monotheism, which is interesting. Back to Esfahan, I had another patient in my clinic from Esfahan, and he told me that Esfahan was originally intended to be a Jewish city built by the Safavids in the 1500s. But anyway, he was so impressed that we had been to Esfahan that every time he came for a visit, he bought me an envelope full of saffron.
Oh, well.
Very good gift.
So this is just a picture of my wife's diary, and you know, uh, so here's on Thursday leaving Trabzon, uh, and uh, to blah blah blah. So it just so she had uh, written in this diary to um, of when we were at different places. Next, we're now in. We've gone through. We're in Turkey, and this is the crossing the Bosporus, and we're now in the Hagia Sophia.
Oh, yeah.
And so you guys have probably been here,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next. And there's, of course, looking over through the straits of the Bosporus and the, I'm not sure what this is like the Straits of Hormuz. Now I don't know how people are getting in and out of the Black Sea. Next. Coming up through the we're going up through Yugoslavia. This is at the time when Tito had it all together, and it's before the Balkans War, and the uh, so this was I don't know. This obviously was in Belgrade, probably. Next, and looking down, this is into the on the Adriatic Sea.
Right.
Next. And then we're headed into Switzerland. So we spent one day in Greece traveling through. I think we 2 drachma or something, and that then we ended up heading up in and over to. So this, what was interesting also is the fact that in most cases we could go as Americans, and people would, if they could speak English, they would seek you out. And so, but once we got to Rijeka in the Adriatic, they were all Germans, and so and we all look alike. So there wasn't a way that I couldn't speak German. I could barely speak German, I guess, and the they of course couldn't recognize me as anybody different from anyone else. Next.
You're still driving here, right?
Yeah, we're still driving.
So you came all the way from Indonesia. You picked up the car in Indonesia, right?
No, we picked it up in Singapore.
I mean, Singapore, yeah. And you drove all the way from Singapore to Europe.
Correct. Yeah.
Wow.
And then
Wow.
we ended up, shipping the car from Munich. Next.
How was the car?
Yeah, no, it was very interesting. I had to have it, the amount of dust that was in it, and was pretty incredible. And so when I finally got it back to the U.S., and had to I don't know if you remember cambering. The had to do with the camber of the wheels. And
Oh.
so because we had so much weight in it, it would be like this. But as we took the weight out, that kind of spread out this way. And so, and I think it took to have it recambered one time in Iran, Tabriz. We it it took uh, basically I think it was 4 hours to have it, and 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 probably $40 maybe. And in reality, it turned out to be, when I had it recambered in the U.S., it was $400. So
Uh-huh.
So wait, you started in Singapore. Where did you end up at where you shipped the car?
I shipped it from Munich.
Munich. And so how many months was that?
It was about 3 months.
That's
And
all?
that's all. And so it was about, as I say, 13,000 miles.
Wow.
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 Geez.
This is the last slide, Bruce.
Oh, could be. Yep. So there you got it.
That,
You
that
did that in 3 months?
I did. Yeah. And
Wow.
but the gist from that was when we got home into Denver, um, it was the last night of The Fugitive. Do you remember The Fugitive show by any chance? Oh,
yeah.
okay. That was it. And so as a result, we were getting ready to show our slides, and we were in the living room, and this is in Denver. They were in the basement, and so the TV was down in the basement, and nobody came. They wanted to see how The Fugitive ended. So anyway,
Well, that's the way it goes. Well,
that's the way.
thanks, Bruce. That was great. I really appreciate it. And again, I'm really sorry what happened. I think our original idea of getting the slides on a thumb drive, hardware, next time we'll do
Yeah,
that.
well done. You did a great job here with figuring it out. So yeah, thanks to you and Aiko. So
You mind taking the slides down, John? I'd like to see each other when we end.
Sure. Let's see. We'll do.
yeah, okay. There we go. Yeah. Well done. Yeah, no, thanks, John. And so,
Thank you.
yeah.
Thank you.
That was
Well,
an
certainly you
adventure.
guys have been out traveling around the world, so you know where a lot of this stuff is.
Quite a trip, my goodness.
Yeah. I don't think we would have done that. Number one, we don't know anything about cars. So we would have been stuck in the Khyber Pass.
You don't do that kind of trip if you don't know anything about cars.
No
Yeah,
way.
well, actually, being an engineer, I guess it's
Yeah.
you just figured it out, but and maybe not. I don't know. That's a
Wow.
good question.
That's
It was
crazy.
so easy to do. All it took is a tourist delivery. So, you just, oh, you want to go to Europe? You remember back in the day? That was,
Your wife was a good sport too.
well, yeah, I've got it. What's interesting to her is also was she was um, my son. We've got some tapes that you saw my little tape recorder. So he had those digitized, and so but so this is 2 years before he was born, and so he's just kind of blown away by hearing his mom, who's kind of this giggly little girl kind of thing, and uh, to hear her on the tape, and then he was born 2 years afterwards. So yeah, it was fun.
Was she in the Peace Corps too?
Yes, yeah, we were both together. Yeah.
Okay. Hmm.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks again, Bruce. That was terrific.
So, well, thank you. Yeah, thanks for putting up with it. Yeah, good
I
deal.
know, Mark.
And just to Aiko and Homer, in the first part, it shows them in training in Hawaii.
Oh,
So
Yeah.
it wasn't all.
all Afghanistan.
No, it wasn't all Afghanistan. I'll tell you that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
cool. All
Thank
righty.
you.
Thank you.
Bye bye.